There are many in British Columbia who are applauding the recent announcement that physicians in BC will be allowed to admit youths for involuntary life-saving treatment at the request of a parent or guardian. You can include a Victoria, BC dentist in that group. Dr. Rachel Staples lost her 16-year-old son Elliot in 2018 to addiction and mental illness. She spoke with our Western Canada Bureau Chief Hal Roberts about how this new legal framework could have helped to save her son's life.
Premier Eby says the new measures should strike a balance between protecting the rights of minors and ensuring that critically ill youths can access treatment when needed. So, Rachel, do you believe if doctors were given the authority to intervene and admit your son Elliot to involuntary treatment as he was battling mental illness and addictions, he'd still be alive today?
Absolutely. I think there's two components to that. Elliot hid his addiction from his father mostly. I was fully aware of what was going on, but it was very hard for me to convince his father that Brock, that Elliot was indeed suffering. Elliot came to his addiction through the medical system. He had suffered many sports injuries and was waiting in the queue for shoulder surgery. And in order to keep his pain at bay, they prescribed him opioids without the knowledge of either of us. And he was 15, an early 15 at the time. And of course, you put somebody on opioids for longer than 2 weeks, really, and you're bound to have some type of withdrawal. So had we been informed, we would have been able to kind of counter it more quickly. Or had his father been informed by a doctor, then yeah, we would have acted sooner. And secondly, had we been able to stabilize him for longer with an actual treatment plan in place, we would have done anything to keep Elliot alive. I mean, of course we would have. And one of the things we had looked at was involuntary care in the United States. But when it was discussed with the social workers who were involved, we were told Elliot would be considered kidnapped if we took him against his will.
Wow. So can you offer your thoughts now on the importance of having medical professionals here in Canada the authority to intervene when a young person's life is at risk due to mental health issues and addictions?
So one of the things that they've now clarified in the wording of some of the bills is that physicians will no longer be at risk of somebody suing them for holding them against their will. So that's the first thing, is clarifying the language for physicians treating these individuals and children, but ensuring that they will have the ability to treat them without being at risk of losing their license or being censured. So that's the first thing. The second thing is being able to hold them when there is clear mental impairment, addiction being one of them, mental health, severe mental health issues where they're not cognizant of their medical condition. So those are the things that I think are super important for any adolescent, is being able to parent them and care for them.
Absolutely. Now, Rachel, do you feel at the time when your son Elliot passed away that the medical community failed your boy?
We had a coroner's inquest, and there were many levels of failure, including the school system, who was aware of Elliot's issues, and the medical system for sure, because again, they were handicapped in their ability to deliver proper information to us as parents, and then the ability of a parent to actually make decisions on your child's behalf when they are incapable of doing so. And any addiction, any opioids on board, any mental impairment certainly is a case for making sure that your child is safe and treated with dignity and respect and a proper treatment plan.
So, Rachel, what advice would you really give to parents who may be going through something similar to what you and your family went through?
Just never stop pushing for the right treatment, because, the moment that you stop using your voice, your child could slip away in a heartbeat. I mean, it just literally a heartbeat. It doesn't take but a moment for a bad batch of drugs to kill your child.
Dr. Rachel Staples, first of all, my deepest condolences on the passing of your son Elliot, and thank you so much for your time today.
You're most welcome. Anytime. Take care.